Is Okay, guys, good evening and welcome to your transition training for as we transition from spring summer 2025 into autumn winter 2025, which I don't know about you guys, I literally cannot believe we're like halfway through August here already. Like it's just crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, some of you, you'll have done many transitions. Some of you, this might be your first one. But what I will say is, it's a little bit of a different transition for all of us. I have done, I don't know, maybe 18 transitions now. Is that right? If my math is right? No, maybe a couple less than that. Um, but this year looks a bit different. Obviously, we've got some changes coming. The print material's a little bit different. They've given us templates on Canva, which they've never done before. So it looks a little bit different for everybody. So we wanted to guide you through this, because when I logged into the workstation today and I was like playing around, we understand that like you might need a little bit of guidance through navigating into the transition. But I'll just say this, and then I'll hand over to the girls in case there's anything they want to add to this as well. But what I will say is, do not stress, do not worry, do not feel overwhelmed. Yes, we're going into a new season, but we have the whole season. It's exactly the same as when, like we hit the first of the month and everyone's, it's totally okay to say that. Sometimes your brain's like, oh my God, there's all this information and I don't know like where to start or what to do with myself. It's okay. That's
Yeah.
normal. Human. But which is why we have done this evening. Obviously, there's some people on, and I will share it as a recording, so we've got it as a point of reference for people.
On that, actually, just I've noticed there's quite a few people that are unmuted, which is fine as we go on if people have got questions, but you might want to mute just whilst we talk. The reason I say that is my family have embarrassed me many a time on a recorded Zoom. So if you've got family about that might dive in and do or say something that you don't want to be recorded, just give yourself a mute, and then obviously if you've got questions, you can pop them in the chat or unmute at the end.
I hang on, I can mute all, and then I'll unmute you two. Or can you unmute yourselves?
Yeah, we
There we
can.
go. That's right.
We are good. Right, okay, girls. Before we actually kick off like with the list that we're going to work through, have you got anything you want to add to that about like transition?
I was just going to say, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. We're not saying we've never felt overwhelmed. We're all humans. My very first transition, I felt ridiculously overwhelmed because I am of my nature. I naturally like to do all the things. I like to do a really good job, and I have to be really mindful that that's what my nature's like and manage myself and put boundaries in place. Otherwise, you burn out. Okay, so it's a normal if you do start to feel overwhelmed, but just be aware of it, take check of it, and honestly remind yourself you don't need to be, because once I'd done my first transition, I was like, I really didn't need to get myself in that taste. That was just completely unnecessary. You do not need all the things done for the 1st of December. I just always say the catalogue we are getting, we have for 6 months. So you don't need to do all the things or have it all ready for the 1st of December. If you get yourself in a tiz, you need to stop and you need to walk away for a bit. So that'd just be my only thing to add to that.
Yeah,
Emma?
I mean, the girls have just said it all, to be fair. But for me, just don't stop doing the things that you do daily in your business anyway. Transition doesn't mean that you need to stop having joint conversations or posting in your customer group for sales or talking about parties. Transition doesn't mean that you need to stop doing those things. Transition is just we're literally transitioning into a new catalogue. And a lot of the things that are in the catalogue are pretty much the same that we already have anyway. We still
Yeah.
have fragrance flowers, we still have warmers, we still have wax. It's just going to be different scents. So try not to let yourself get too bogged down with it because actually it's actually quite simple.
Yes. A couple of people have like had asked me like, oh, what about this and this new one that's coming in? And I'm like, don't even worry about that yet. Like honestly, hand on my heart, until this morning when I knew I was doing this, I hadn't even looked at any of the new stuff. I hadn't looked at
Yeah,
any of the flip books. I hadn't looked at any because I'm so in August. I know
Yeah.
this
it's
book. We're still
yeah.
on this book.
We're still on
Yeah.
that catalogue for now.
And
So
the
just
thing is as well, like we all did this. I don't know if it was this time last year that we all didn't speak about this, but we actually all decided not to do all the things before the first. Do you remember
yeah,
when we all
yeah,
randomly decided not to get all the sample packs out, not to get the
yeah,
new catalogs out, and actually we did them as orders came in rather
yeah.
than getting them out. And because that used to massively stress me out. I was sending out 50 sample packs before the first, and
And
it was
did it
just
affect your
ridiculous.
sales? It didn't, man.
No,
Yeah.
no, because
My,
nobody
my,
bloody ordered.
my September numbers were as I would
Yeah.
predict as normal without getting myself in that tiz
Exactly
before
that. And we literally all did that without speaking to each other. So we all literally got to the point where we were like, you know what, this is too much. So we
then.
stripped it right back, right
The thing
back.
Yeah, my customers can have the smell pots. Sorry, Laura.
No,
That's
you're
what
fine.
I contact all my customers when the new season comes about having the smell pots. You don't need to spend hours and hours making them all new season sample sets.
No.
They can book your smell pots.
I used to do that. I'll be honest. I used to do
Yeah,
that
that's what
back
we
in
used
the
to
I
do.
did.
day. And my sales have been no different by doing it this way. So simplicity, we've got to remember, right? The Scentsy core values are simplicity. You have to keep your business, well, I certainly do. I have to keep my business and my life simple because if it
Yeah.
gets too complicated, I just run the other way. And that is the beauty of Scentsy is that like literally everyone can do it. I've totally forgotten what I was just gonna say. Oh my God. Oh no, I know what I was gonna say. I don't want to feel like we're putting like not that we was putting a negative spin on that at all, just saying like we've got you basically. But what I do want to say to you is if this is your first autumn winter season, buckle up, Buttercup. You are in for a ride. If you think
Oh
Sense is
yeah,
exciting
this is
now,
about to boom.
you
I
just
love it.
wait. Like
Yeah.
honestly, once those kids go back to school in September, it goes and like you're just and then before you know it, you're on Christmas Day in like a tiz of like you you've barely got your own Christmas sorted because you've been sorting out everybody else's Christmas presents and parties and like but honestly, just enjoy it, embrace it. It is absolutely, absolutely incredible autumn winter season. And you if you've never done a home party, get like we're going to talk about this, but like get your
Yeah.
diary filled up with home parties. People want to party on the run up to Christmas. They want to get their Christmas shopping done. They want to, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I just wanted to say like I love Scentsy all year round, obviously, but autumn winter season is like it's just
Yeah.
amazing.
This is my season. I'm an autumn winter girl. Like, don't get me
You
wrong,
are.
spring summer is my wax season, the
Yeah.
scents or that, but just all the cozy vibes, all like everybody wanting gifts for
People getting
Christmas.
in their
Ah,
homes and they're in of an evening and they need more wax and it's
I love it.
amazing.
Like you can't beat
Um,
it. People taking photos of their warmers in the evening when it's getting dark, and I just love it. So it's
yeah.
best time to start the business.
Okay, so what we are going to do, I have got a list, which Lisa very kindly collated earlier because she's doing her transition training with Sense Squad tonight, and she's like, "Oh, I've put this together." I was like, "Oh, thank you very much."
Mm.
So, it is on boards, the boards app. I will share this afterwards, and you can all, if you've got boards, you can log into it. But
Download board for free as well. So if you've not
Yeah.
got it, you can get it.
yeah, it's a totally free app. And I'll just show you. Where's my camera? I don't know if you can see that on the light. Can't even see it, can you, on the light? Can you see
It
that?
might ask at some point about upgrading for a paid subscription, but you don't need that.
No, you don't have to. But basically, I don't. You can't really see that on there. But basically, it's just basically gone through everything that you need for autumn winter. Um, Girls, do either of you want to kick off with this or
Uh, Yeah, I'll go quickly if you want
yeah, come
before.
on.
So
Before
just
you-
I'll just share something real quickly before we move into what you need to do to prep for the next season. Because we're going to be talking about next season prep a lot tonight, but you do need to remember we have 2 whole weeks of August left.
Yeah,
My advice to every single person on this, and if you're in my team, I've been saying it to you over and over, you are not sharing. Well, you can, you're a business owner, but we are telling you our advice is you should not be sharing any of the new things that are coming in September yet. We're not sharing the new catalogue. We're not sharing the new autumn collection that's coming. It makes no business sense because you are then sharing a product that you cannot sell yet.
yeah.
So there's no point. We are still working this catalogue, okay? So we've got a list of things that are leaving, be sharing those things. You need to be getting rid of these catalogues as well, is my advice to you, because they're no use to you after the end of August. So you'll see I've searched my house high and low because these appear in very strange places. I found one in an underwear drawer the other day. They're literally just everywhere, I think, when I get a bit annoyed and just chuck things away. But I've been finding them, getting them out, and I'm down to my last four. So I'm saving these because I've got an event next week. So these will be out of my hands come next Sunday at the end of that event. Right on the front of them all, just in a Sharpie, doesn't need to be perfect, 10% off almost everything in August, and get them out. They need to have your details on If you don't have picture stickers made yet, don't worry about that. A Sharpie and your name and your phone number is fine. As
Yeah,
Nicholson always says, better done than perfect. But these should not be in your possession at the end of August. You need rid of these because they will do nothing for you in your home, but they could do something for you elsewhere. So try and get them to people who you can follow up with. But if you can't, put them in your local doctor's surgery, in a local hair
absolutely.
salon. Like anyone might pick them up. You never know.
And also, don't worry that after the 1st of September, we know that that catalogue's no longer relevant. However, if somebody picks that up and they've got your details on and they're like, oh, this is a bit interesting, they can still contact you and you can send them the
And
up-to-date.
there will be lots of things. Not everything's leaving. So
Yeah,
they might pick a warmer in there that we still sell. Or if they don't, you can say, oh, we don't do that, but I could recommend
yeah.
X, Y, and Z. So yeah, keep working this catalogue, get it out. That's what you want to be sharing in your post. Your post should not be new season yet. That's it from me on that bit.
Absolutely. But we're doing this now just to prepare you.
Yeah.
So you know what to do basically. But then you've like we said, we'll go full throttle for for
Yeah.
the rest of the month. So what I'm gonna go through first is the tools that you're gonna need for new season. So you the catalogs are a little bit different this time. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the first thing, obviously, is your transition testers. So this is all available to order in your workstation. I'd love to say I'm like really technologically minded and show you how I can like show you my screen, but I don't know how to. So I'm gonna go on some workstation on my phone, and I'll
Do you
just
want
let.
me to do it, Laura? I can share my screen.
Yeah, all right then. You do that. You do this. You tell us what we need to order for this. This is why I brought you two on with me because I was like, I can't screen share.
Right, can you see? Can you
See,
see that?
Claire, if I could get Superstar Director, anyone can get Superstar Director.
Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Yes, good. Okay. So everything is in consultant store. Super simple. You can add it on to a party order. You can add it on to an individual order. You cannot order it on your website because it's consultant only.
Yes.
And it's literally under autumn winter. And there is not a lot this time around because we are streamlining. So there's no product sheets or anything like that. I think transition test is the most important
Yeah,
for me.
definitely.
If you're going to get anything, get these
Yeah.
because these are the things that you're going to get under people's noses and getting them smelling the wax. So, get these. These are the
Yeah.
ones you get. And if you
Uh,
buy them this month, they are discounted. So that's even better.
These all obviously became available a couple of days ago. Again,
Yes.
don't panic if you haven't ordered them. I haven't ordered mine yet. I've got a party order that I'm going to be closing off tonight or tomorrow. I'll be adding them onto that. So do not stress if you haven't got them yet. Can't do anything with them yet anyway because
Yeah.
when we're not there yet. So do not panic. But that is where they are. So 100% the transition because you should all have a set of testers as it is. You want to order the transition tester set. Then when they come in, you go through your bag of testers, you look at the discontinuing list, you take out the ones, are these different to the ones we were gifted? No, these are
Uh,
the same, my love.
Yeah.
So,
so if
if
you've
you,
got an SFR kit, you don't need to buy a transition set. You've got
yeah,
it.
Unless you want more
You
than
need
one.
you need to do the bit Laura's explaining now.
yeah. So what you need to do is, yeah, go into your whiff pots, go through the discontinued list, take out the pots that are leaving and put in the new set. Keep hold of the ones that you've taken out. Don't do what I did in the very first year and scoop them all out with a spoon and think it's really clever to warm them all because then actually what happens is they might come back in the future and you might honestly, as you can imagine, after all these transitions, I've got a lot. I shared a picture recently of when I was sorting out my bags. I've got a lot of transition testers. Obviously, some of them get old and get damaged. But what starts to happen is when you've done a few transitions, you've then got some that you can almost make up like mini borrow bags with, mini test. You've got like a back catalogue of scents. And say like something comes back in a collection or something comes back in Bring Back My Bar or something like that. You might actually have that. So don't throw them away.
No, don't throw them
What you
away.
want to do with them, that is down to you. But that's what you need to do. If you want to, again, if you want to buy, there is I'm literally scrolling on your screen, Emma, thinking that like it's going to bring
Sorry, what do you want me to click on?
the full set of the full set.
This one.
Yeah, if you want to, obviously invest in an again, we're not telling you to do anything. It's your business, your income, your funds. But if you want to invest in another full set, then you can obviously buy a full set of transition testers on there for £37. I have an event on the 31st and I'm taking the August catalogues with me and the September ones. Amazing.
Yeah,
Because then obviously you can do a bit of a last chance, first
yeah.
glance.
Whilst the screen's on, I'll just mention the packs of smelly stickers that
Yeah.
you can see on Emma's screen here. So these are, if you, again, it's all optional, but if you do have some extra funds, and maybe not enough for the 10 set of new wax bars, because that
Yeah.
can get a little bit costly, you could opt for the scented stickers. So this is all 10 of the new ones. On the workstation, and I think Amy Wilson might have already shared it somewhere, but it's normally on the workstation. There is then
Yeah.
an A4 PDF that
I've
has.
got, there's one in here. There's one in this boards thing as well.
Oh yeah.
So I'll
So
share it
then,
afterwards.
yeah. So then it'll be there for you to print. It's like it's two an A4 sheets. So you end up with two A5 uh sheets, and
Looks
the
like this.
space.
Oh,
I can't really see your screen, Laura.
man. Hang on, let me
But we'll
turn
be
my
able to
mic
share.
on.
There is
I'll
a
share it afterwards.
yeah. There is then a space for you to put each of the stickers. So again, September is a really difficult time for me returning to work. I used to struggle making full sets of like the transition samples and getting them out to everybody. What I do now is the stickers. So all my customers, when they place an order in September, or if they're a very VIP customer, they will get a sheet. Rather than lots of wax samples made, they'll get a sheet with all 10 smelly stickers on. It works just as well for me. I get just the same amount of feedback. My customers still do reviews about them. I still get orders when I follow up from it. So that is an easier way and a cheaper way if you're sort of concerned about that.
Honestly, I last
Well,
year I did just scented stickers for the first time
I
and I
love
got
them.
amazing feedback. The amount of people that were like, "Oh, I love these." Like, and then
Yeah.
we had obviously had them previously, but I used to give wax. Actually, my customers preferred the stickers.
And this year, the catalogue is so much thinner that if you send it with that thing, it's going to be so much cheaper. You're going to be able to do it with like one stamp rather than a
yeah,
large letter. It was honestly, it would be so much cheaper to send stuff
Um,
out.
yeah.
So yeah, so definitely I would say if you can invest in the scented sticker sheets. Are you looking for the sheet, Em?
Yeah, I can't find it.
Yeah, don't worry. I've got the
But
template
you
here.
get quite a lot.
Which one?
She disappeared.
Oh.
You get 72 stickers per send.
Yes, you do.
You get a lot. So that is good value for money, that, and it
Yeah.
will save you a lot of
Let me
time.
see if I can find one from last year. One second, carry on.
I do think I've got one. I don't know if I've got one actually. I don't know. I've got like an old.
Oh yeah.
There we go. She's got one.
Well,
Here's
these
one
ones
she
that
made
I didn't even
earlier.
end up finishing.
Here's
Um,
one she made earlier. Blue
so
Peter style.
these are last year's ones that I obviously haven't. I know what happened on these. Finley ended up sticking some of the other stickers. I ended up having a few left.
That's the other thing. If you've got older kids, you can get the family involved. So last
Oh,
year,
yeah,
I paid my son, I think he was 12 or 13 at the time. I paid my son and his friend that had come for a sleepover,
yeah,
and they made me about 150 of them, and I gave them like £2 each,
yeah.
and they had a whale of a time.
Finley and Harry did mine, and I gave them some. Yeah, I gave them some pocket money. So
Yeah,
we
Henry does
made it a
mine.
bit of a fun thing. So yeah, definitely do the scented stickers because they work really, really well. Okay, so catalogs. Catalogs look really different this year. Scentsy are obviously streamlining the business for many reasons. But mostly the reason they're doing it this way, and this is obviously what Dan explained to us at SFR, is the tariffs, like the tariffs I know are relevant to America. However, obviously that comes to like pricing our warmers. So going forward, they're not going to be putting warmer prices in the catalogs. The only places that your customers will be able to see the pricing of the products is on your website, and obviously you'll be able to see them on your workstation. We are going to show you in a minute on Canva how to sorry, I was looking at Anna's comment. How to make a sticker with your QR code on, so people can obviously, when you get these catalogs, have you got it there, Katrina?
Yeah, so we were going to show you the catalogue. So if you've got an SFR kit, you will have seen one. If not, they are available to order now, but they are
I can't find
they're
mine.
quite different to the old ones. I think you can't really see, but the weight is very different. There are a lot less pages. The idea is when I'm going to be talking to my customers, I'm going to be calling this more like a flyer or a pamphlet, a taster, because it's not a catalogue in the sense of there's not every product we do in here now. Okay, so they're much thinner. So as Emma said, that is going to be amazing for postage. These will go on a stamp. They are really lightweight. So that's really going to help us out. But it's more of a taster. So there's like the different ranges. We're moving to different it's not ranges, is it? What's like
It's like decor.
yeah, we're moving to like decor vibes,
I
aren't
can't
we?
remember
If
what
you
it's
think like
called.
mood boards and things like that. So we've got like one that's warm, one that's in live, and one that's inspire. And warmers will fit to those. A bit like Laura Ashley vibes, a bit like Next vibes. So it's getting much more modern, much more current. It's going to feel more high end. So the book will just have a selection of products that are available. It does have all the scents in the middle, which I think is important with the scent descriptions.
Mm.
And then it goes to the fragrance grids, which we've always had. And that then explains, so you've got the fragrances there, and then along the top, it explains to you what product that fragrance comes in. So that's really important. It's still in there. There's a page about the bundles. And then that's it, really. So it's significantly smaller. But what we're going to be doing, we're going to show you in a minute, is so when you give this to somebody, you need to explain to them that this is a taster, flyer, pamphlet, however you want to word it. But we're strongly advising you then have a sticker here which will show you how to make. It's very easy. Honestly, when I started, I was like, I can't make QR codes. But it basically it'll just say to see the full range of products, head to my website with the QR code there. Because then on your website everything will be there and the pricing. No
Absolutely. And like Anna's just said, they've kept the scent descriptions really simple. The whole reason behind this, again, is to make the whole shopping experience for your customer and for you as a consultant to explain much more simple. Because we've got a lot of products, right? And sometimes one of Dan's colleagues, actually, funny enough, the other day, he'd followed up with her at work and she said, I just don't know where to start. Like, I'd look on the website and there was so much on there. And it's a little bit like that in a catalogue. If they literally look at it, they're like, oh my God, there's so much stuff there. So it's an introduction to Scentsy, and then obviously it's our job to converse with your customer, to find out what they want, to find out what their needs are, to find out what solution you can give them to whatever scent problem they've got, and find out what product's going to be right for them. But it's to give an entry. I will just tell you that they were considering getting rid of any print at all. Like when
Yeah.
we were on SSD Summit last year, Orville did say originally, he's like, we're getting rid of them. The feedback was like, please don't get rid of it altogether. Please, we need something. Because sometimes people are a bit old school. We don't want to go to like a completely digital brand. But I do think it's good that we're moving, we're evolving into that era because Scentsy is more I don't want to say it's old school, but it is old school. In the direct sales space, it is a little bit more old school, but I actually like that. I like the fact that we're party plan. I like the fact they're staying true to their core values, whilst I do think this is very Holly Baker's had a lot of input in this, but we're moving into the more like digital era because we have to evolve and we have to move with the times. And any of you that listened to SFR or were part of SFR or were at SFR, you will know that they're bringing their children in to obviously try and help move the company forward, and that is why.
And I think Anna's right. It offers a better customer service because actually it gives us the opportunity to open more conversations because they've not just got a full catalogue of products. Actually, you're going to have to start talking to your customers a little bit more and find out a little bit more about what their room looks like. And I feel like we're going to be a little bit more like home decor / home fragrance, which I love.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. What did Rachel Penn shared something on Instagram the other day, and she referenced herself as a fragrance influencer or something like that, but it wasn't influencer. But yeah, it's our job to obviously help
We're,
them, find what works for their home. Sorry, Katrina, go
we're
on.
going to be helping guide them out. My very
Yeah.
original sponsor would have been brilliant at this. I might try and get her to come back. But the reason I bought my first ever big warmer was she'd seen that I decorated my living room and she took that photo off Facebook and she imposed the blue bubbled ombre in my room and
Oh,
was
I love
like,
that.
this is perfect. What she was doing was like 4 years ahead of where we are
I
now.
know.
Like that type of thing is amazing because I was
Yeah.
like, wow, that looks amazing in my room. Buy me one. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it
but yeah,
is.
Love that.
Emma, can you get Canva up? I think just so we can really quickly show someone how you would roughly make a sticker like that.
Yeah, while we're talking about catalogs, I think it's really important for us to say make sure you order the UK ones.
Oh yeah,
Yes, I've got Spanish ones in the past, I think, or
We've
French.
I've done
all
that
done
before.
it. German was mine.
I
Whilst
think
Emma's getting this up, I noticed you and Anna were chatting about new season's not there. What's that for? The
Mm,
stickers. I don't want people
the
to
sticker
suddenly
sheet,
order
the
their own sticker.
2025 one's not there.
Okay.
Not
I've
yet, but it will be.
but we've got a template on here that Lisa's made, I think, and edited from her one last year, and she sent it. So, and I've got my own one on Canva as well, so I can
Yeah.
share
I
last year.
like the ones that we do because they look a bit more
There's
Yeah.
definitely one kicking about
fancy.
with the new branding. I've seen
Yeah.
it. We just need to find where it is.
Yeah.
Probably on that board
Right, what do
somewhere.
you want me to do?
I was thinking if we just show people, do you know, like on the 21 to a sheet address label, just sort of to see the full range, head to my website and just so people are confident how to do a QR
Yeah,
code
let me see
for
if
their
I can.
website. So when we say the 21 sheet, if you print your sample labels, like your CLPs, if you
Mm,
get address labels that are A4 pages, 21 stickers to a page, that is going to fit perfectly there. And you're not going to need to buy other stickers. They're going to be what you already have for your samples in, is what we was thinking.
I'll show you. Hold on, I've got my sticker on here somewhere.
But we can just, it's just because I know some people get a bit worried about how you make your QR code. So we just thought we'd show you really quickly.
It's really easy.
I
Let me
mean, your
just
Canva is very organized. Mine does not look like that.
Mine's a
let me
mess.
just bring up just a document and I'll just do a QR code just to show you because it's just easier than me trying to find where the hell my stickers are. Okay. So QR code is in apps. So down the left-hand side, if you're on your phone, I think these are are they along the bottom or in a
Have a
menu?
look. Let's have a look. I'll bring it up on my phone. Not that you can
Because you
see.
can do it on both.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I do mine on the
it's
phone.
along the bottom. So you,
You press the purple plus sign, yeah.
yeah, so you click the purple plus sign and then go to create. So if you just, I don't know, let me put
So
Instagram.
Emma's gone into the Canva apps and she's just typing QR code generator.
Because it normally comes up, but I've not used it for a while. And it's as simple as, so let me just put my website in. Oh God.
So you just copy in your website and pasting it into there, generate code,
And it is
and
that
there you go.
simple.
And then that's your QR code.
So you'd make that on stickers to go straight
You can do that
into.
to your website. You can do that to the Flip catalog. You can do that to your Facebook group. I've got QR codes for everything.
So
Yeah. I
just to
think
talk you
for
through,
this season it needs to be to your website though, doesn't it? Because the flip book's gonna
Yeah,
not have
that's what we
all the
want.
products. Yeah, it
Yeah,
needs
you
to be
need,
to your website so they can
yeah.
see all the products.
so just to talk you through that again. So you're going to go into Canva, you're going to create create a document, blank document, or however you want to do it on a sticker. You're going to go to apps, and then you're going to scroll to QR codes. You're then going to go to your own website, copy your website URL, and then you just paste that into the QR code generator and generate, update,
I've
and then
already done that.
create a QR code for you, a
And you
QR
can
code
just
for you.
Make it
add
smaller,
text above it. But
bigger.
yeah.
There's all sorts of things you can do on here.
And what I will say is, don't be scared of Canva. In the beginning, I was that person that used to go like, "Oh, I can't use Canva. I'm not good with tech." And actually, you can do it. Everybody is capable. Like literally, you can find out. You can't break it. It's free. There is a paid version again if you want to upgrade. You don't have to do it. How do you make it so it prints on the stickers in the right boxes? I only print the CLP labels.
I use Avery for that.
Yeah, there's a website called Avery Design and Print that again is free to use. You you buy the stickers in a certain size. So again, you don't have to buy Avery labels. On Amazon, you can buy like basically copies of Avery labels, and they're a
Yeah, I
lot
get mine on
cheaper.
Amazon.
And then you basically just go into Avery. You would type in the ticket, the sticker. They've all got like a little code on them,
It is
and
mine.
then you would print them from here directly.
So what it is when you're on Avery, you want the 21 address labels. That's what, so your sheets will be 21 address labels, and you're going onto a template that's 21 address labels. And then you're just going to copy and paste what you've made in Canva onto Avery, and it'll put it on there 21 times for you.
You can set, there's so many, but you need the, when you buy them from Amazon, it'll give you the specific measurements. I can never remember what they are, but all the templates are here. And you literally choose a template and then you go through and design it. And so I'll show you the one that I did because I can show you how you design it. It's really simple.
And also, if you always just, obviously, we're doing a really whistle stop tour here, but then if you're unsure of the details of how we've explained it, because we're not the best techies, we're literally self-taught on YouTube. Just type it into YouTube or Google or Chat GPT now, and he
Yeah.
will literally say to you, do this, do this, do this.
Yeah,
And you'll be
honestly,
able
like nobody ever showed me how to use this is what we're saying. Like literally, if you're not sure, obviously you can ask us, but I personally find it easier to like say put it into ChatGPT and then have a step by step and then I
Yeah.
can go back and I
feel
can reference it.
great as well. Like Jeanette, for example, I know you've been struggling with the label. She won't mind me saying because she shared, but when she tackled it the other night, because she plodded away herself and watched the videos and learned it, she felt great. Like you feel
Yeah.
great because you're like, oh, I've worked out how to do that.
And
I've
again, you
got,
won't break these things. You know, if
yeah,
you go onto this and you have a play around with it, you will never break it. And you'll learn so much more from actually doing it and just
yes,
messing about with it and having a go than you will from ever reading anything. Honestly, just have a go. I used to say that when I worked at my old job in my solicitors, we had like a management system, and I used to train people on it. And I used to say, just have a go. Like you'll never break
Yeah.
anything, like ever. So just play around with it. Same with Workstation. Play around with it. Click on things. See how they work. You know, Avery is brilliant
yeah.
if you've got your head around it.
So
So
that's the catalogs. What's next, Laura?
I was gonna say, really, they are like the bare minimum, right? They're like the basics of if you are gonna go into a new season, you need the new stuff for people to smell. And you need the new stuff for people to see, basically. And if they can smell it and they can see it, then you can talk about it. So they are like that's like the Bobby basics of what you need. What's also on here? I've just seen that Lisa has created a bookings form on a Canva. It's literally a square. This is what we're gonna. I can't see it. I'll share all this afterwards. But basically, it's literally a square booking form, and you can amend the month, and you want to be getting as many bookings out there. You want to
Yeah.
start from the beginning of September. Parties, WhatsApp parties, borrow bags. Get as many things in your diary now because it'll start to fill up really quickly.
And can
Yeah,
I
so
just
that's
say, so I did this for the first time in last transition. So in for March in spring summer, I did this for the first time where I genuinely because we knew that we were changing to 2000 to 2500 in terms of the extra 5%. And I was like, I need to do something to get to that because that's a lot. That's a big jump. So I literally was like, right, I'm going to literally message everybody that's local to me about having my whiff pots. I had 2 bags and I wanted them out every 3 days to different people. So I intentionally did that in March and that completely changed my month. It was unreal. People were ordering 6 packs, they were ordering all sorts of things. But I've also had 2 messages from 2 separate people, actually 3 separate people, who have now messaged me going, are you doing that again? Can I have the new scents for the new
Yeah.
season? Because they're
and
existing
that's
customers, they know that we have like, new seasons and stuff. And they've literally messaged me now and gone, can I have them? So I've already got my 2 of my bags booked out for 3 people already.
Amazing.
And I am working the month I am, but they've messaged me because they want to know that, they
and
want to
that's
get the
the
first smell
only
them.
new season art prep I've done is I began my party booking blitz. I always do a huge party booking blitz in August. I create agency around those dates. I don't have endless dates. I work full time. I've got lots of other commitments within those months. So I literally sit. I've already done that, and I work out what days or nights or afternoons I could possibly party between now and Christmas. And I start telling people that I go to my very best customers first. I start asking everyone that's I've already got 3 parties in the diary for November. I've got a number of events in the diary for October and November, a month of December. And then it's on my list again for tomorrow. And I literally do a little bit every day in the sort of final 2 weeks of August of messaging people about trying to get some parties in the diary. I say to them, look, the dates go fast. I know it feels like Christmas is ages away, but if you want to benefit on some freebies right before Christmas, you're going to have to get a November date in now or they'll go. And I just start creating a real bit of urgency about that. And then similar with the pots, like Emma's done, it's on my list for next week. I'll go to my very best customers who I know will still shop August if they want something and start saying, you're a really valued VIP. I want you to have the smell pots first. I've put it on my girls list for tomorrow actually, that I want my September pots booked out every single day of September. They're not coming home. They'll literally bounce from house to house. And I basically work a list. If you're busy like me, work a list of, say, 15 people that are having it in September if they're having it every 2 days. And then I give them a date. So the date doesn't necessarily go in who said yes first. I do a date basically on a route plan around my city. So like, oh, if that's theirs, I could pick theirs up on the way home from work and drop it at theirs. You'd make it work for you too. But if you're getting those smell pots out, you don't need to be getting all the samples out. You'll be laughing.
Absolutely.
Your samples should be going in your orders.
Yeah.
You don't need to be given. This is the difference. People got stickers because I do have lots of regular customers who want to know what the scents are. Not all of them are local, so the stickers are a game changer. But for me, I was sending out samples, so then people weren't really needing to order anything because they had samples that they were warming. And a lot of my customers do warm the samples. They keep hold of them and they warm them. And I was given a lot. So for me, as a business, they need to be ordering before I give them the samples. So I make all the samples. I've got all 10 new bars. They are literally on the floor beside me. I will make samples of them, but they will be going out in orders. They will not be going out in sample
When
packs.
we say that, we mean like regular customers. Obviously, if you're networking to get new people in, then you might give them samples.
That's different. Yeah. But they get the classics for me. They won't get the new stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's one of them. But yeah, I did. All brand new customers get samples, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, existing customers.
And as well, guys, when we should just mention, like, if it is your first pre-Christmas season, when you're booking things in your diary, obviously you can party up to whenever you want. But my advice to you would be, obviously, one, you're going to have your own Christmas to get ready for. Which just, I have been driving around on Christmas Eve giving out Scentsy orders before.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that anymore. So, Scentsy will have a cut-off date for orders, which is generally around the 14th or 15th of December, as in like for website orders, where they will guarantee like delivery before Christmas. That's if people are shipping from their website. Personally, again, it's your business, you can do what you want. I never do any parties or take any more orders that I'm going to guarantee for Christmas after the first week of December. Because what you've got to think is, say you have a party on the last day of the first week of December, right? Then you put that party order in. You've then got to allow 10 working days for that to come in. If these are orders that you are then physically getting out to people, you're then getting closer and closer to Christmas. If you're then partying right up to thing, one, it's not going to be here in time, and then two, if it is, it's going to be like by the skin of your teeth, and you're going to be stressing out and rushing around trying to get them out to people. So my advice to you would be, if you are booking in parties, events, coffee mornings in your diary, first week of December.
Yeah.
Last one. Because then you're gonna people, and by all means, like I said, after that, if people want to order on my website and they want, but for me, if they want it as a Christmas present and they want it for Christmas, they order by the end of the first week of December.
Yeah, because then you're on to your own Christmas, aren't you? Which is important. It's really important.
Yeah, very much so. And people don't stop buying after that cut off either.
That's another thing. Don't stress people like, oh my God, it's only like the middle of the month. People order. We've got all that to come. We've got like Christmas.
Oh yeah.
We've got posts and stuff and training to share with you for Christmas. But what I'm saying is, as in like booking out parties, I would only do it like, so basically go hard September, October, November, first week of December. Just go hard or go home. Literally.
September, October, November. Honestly, guys, if you
October's
are brand
crazy.
new,
October's mental.
Mental.
Magic.
October's the best.
Magic happens in those moments. If you are after promotions, or incentive points,
a trip to Mexico.
But people, honestly, what Emma said earlier, people are wanting to join. This week, I have had 3 people approach me, okay, about either coming back to the business or joining. That is because of what they are seeing, what I am putting out there. They are seeing I'm having fun. They're seeing like the friendships we're making. They're seeing like So things like tonight, and then when a lot of them, one girl said to me, I've been thinking about it for 6 years. I said, for 6 years?
Wow.
And she said, I was just really scared that I wouldn't know what to do. Like, I don't know how to make a website. I don't know how to. Some people don't ask because they're scared they won't know what to do. So when you're coming on to things like this tonight, take a photo, take a screenshot of it, share that, let people know that like there's so much training, there's so much support, you're showing how to do things. But honestly, this is a magical time for people to come and join the business with you too, and you to sort of rocket through our compensation plan and get those promotions. It's I love this time of year. It
I
gets
know.
such a
Well, can you
build
tell
up,
we're literally like vibrating? We're like, oh my God, it's like the best time of year ever. So yeah, but make sure because the thing is, there's no job description you're going to put out there for Scentsy. Like you need to be attracting people in. If you're not sharing, what you're loving, like Christina said, like things like this, people need to know that they're going to get support. It's why I say like, it's really important when you share your recognition, when you get your recognition, because people don't get a lot of recognition in their jobs. People,
I really don't.
people don't in their like day jobs don't get a lot of recognition and support. So it's really important that you attract people in, but it is the perfect time to be sponsoring people now. Get them, get their bums in their seats and they are ready to enjoy this season with you because it is crazy, but it's amazing. Honestly,
Proper magical. I love this
yeah,
season. It is
it
proper
is.
magical. It's
Okay,
summer.
let me just have a look what else. I think really, like we don't want to overwhelm you. We just wanted to kind of go over like the absolute bare basics of what you're going to need for transition.
There's one thing that I want to add though,
Yeah, go for it,
I
yeah.
wrote down on my list, and that is this new season is the perfect excuse for you not, this is a good excuse, by the way, not a bad one. Perfect excuse for you to get in people's inboxes. This is
Yes.
the
Yeah.
perfect time to connect with your customers, not in a salesy way, in a, oh my God, we've got a new catalog. Oh my God, we've got new warmers. Oh my God, we've got new wax. Here's the link, blah, blah, blah. This is the perfect time. It's amazing to post on your social media, and I will be there like this with my catalog and telling people we've got a new catalog. But the magic is behind the scenes. The magic is always behind the scenes. Today I spent I don't even know 30 to 40 minutes messaging my customers because I've got an order that I'm going to place tonight or tomorrow morning before I go on holiday. And I'd posted about it everywhere and had barely any orders. So I sat purposely and intentionally messaged people, and that's where I got my orders from because I was working behind the scenes. So this is the perfect time. We'll have a brand new catalog, brand new autumn collection, all the things. So if you just post and run, you're probably not going to get much interaction
No,
because
yeah.
that's Facebook for you. But if you jump into people's inboxes and let them know they can have a shopping link for Christmas shopping, let them know they can book a party, it's the perfect time to jump into people's inboxes.
And also, I know some of you would put nobody wants my borrow bag or nobody wants parties yet. Always remember the word yet.
You haven't asked
So
enough
even
people.
if they've said no in the past, like Emma's just said, you can go back to them and say, "Oh, we've got the new autumn winter scent." Some people love them. I mean, it's not for
Mhm.
me, but some people are all about those bakery cinnamon. Ugh.
Yeah.
So go back to people and say, "I've got new smell pots now." Like people who've already had your smell pots, well, they haven't had these smell pots. So
Yeah.
it's like being brand new again.
And
They get a whole new people to access.
also, I was thinking about this while I was driving today because when I took Phineas to football, one of my customers just lived literally on the street where his football was. So I watched her order to her door this morning and dropped it off. And we were just chatting on her doorstep, and she's already having a party. We've already got that booked in the diary. But I'd followed up with her in the week and asked if she needed any more wax, and she said no. But while I was stood on her doorstep having a conversation with her today, as I went to walk away, she was like, "Oh, actually," she said, I said no, but actually, I do want some more wax." Because I was having a conversation with her and we were talking obviously about it. So make sure when you are having actual real life conversations with your customers, if you're interacting with them, make sure, as in like face to face, you're asking, they might have said no for a borrow bag before, but make sure you ask them again. Make sure you ask them if would they like to earn some hostess freebies? Like, if your mouth, I heard this, I don't know who said this, I can't reference the person who, quote the person who said this, but years and years and years and years ago, when I very, very first started out in this industry with my previous company, I always remember saying, if your mouth is closed, so is your business. Like, if you had a traditional business and say you opened a hairdresser's or something or a barber's, if you didn't advertise it, if you didn't tell people about it, nobody would ever know. And it's exactly the same with this. We are no different to a bricks and mortar type business in that way that if you are not talking to people about the fact that you're a Scentsy consultant, they are never going to know. If you just post on social media, your business will not grow. You need to be having real life conversations, following up with people. And I don't know how many times we can say that and then people will say, "Oh, my business isn't growing." I'm like, "How many people have you followed up with?" And they're like, "None."
Yeah,
My team's not growing. How many people have you asked to join? None. Like I don't mean this in a I don't know how much clearer we can we can put it. Do you know what I mean? Like but this transition is the perfect
yeah,
opportunity. And yes, it's scary. And yes, I understand it's a skill that you have to work on. We're not sitting here saying like, oh, it's just going to be easy. Because if it was easy, everybody would be a Scentsy director. Everybody would be, do you know what I mean? But it's something that if you make the decision that you want to do it, you absolutely can.
yeah.
100%.
One final thing I will say, sorry, keeps
No, you're
popping in my
right.
head. I get so excited about this time of year.
Oh, I know.
What worked really well for me last year, and it might work really if there's any consultants who, for whatever reason, can't physically go party, or you've just got
Yeah.
people who don't actually want you to physically go party. Our party links can be open for 3 months. So
Yes.
in September, I again work through my list of quite regular customers or even people who've once said that can't really afford it. But I work through people and I message them and I just say, would you like a rewards link opening? Because it can be open for 3 months. So then basically you open them a party in their order and you explain to them any orders that you place between now and that date in November. So if it was 1st of September, between now and the end of November, I'll put through that. You could do your Christmas gift shopping with me rather than Boots. And if you've got any friends or family that want to put their orders on, you can too. So you set that up. Then they might give you some orders for a bit. They might forget all about it. You work with them for those 3 months. You might remind them every now and then. But if you're putting all their orders through it, if there is then a few on it, when it gets to October, November, I'll sometimes say to them, "Oh, we're this far off it having the rewards. Do you want a WhatsApp party? Do you want a bingo Facebook party? Let's get the rewards because then all your Christmas shopping's been done, and then in December you've got that to spend on you. You've been
Yeah.
spoiling everyone else. You can buy your wax for Christmas Day and Boxing Day. You can buy yourself a Christmas gift with your free rewards." I think I had 17 people that did that last year. Not everybody got rewards, but quite a few did. I did sort of coach them. I popped back to them. I didn't tell them all the information at once. I just said it's a rewards link. It could be open for 3 months. You'll get your rewards at the end of December if they qualify.
I
And then
remember
I
your
checked,
PRV being amazing in those
yeah.
3 months that you did that
And
as
then
well, because I thought to myself, I couldn't do that last year because of where I was and what was happening last year. But I remember thinking I need to do that next year.
yeah. And then I checked in with them and said, like, all right, come on, you're like 150 off it. Should we just do your bingo party, which was like a Facebook party? I've done a whole training group on that if anyone wants it. And we did that and they got over. And from one of those parties where we did a bingo to get us the rewards, two people joined my team at the end of that
Yeah.
party. So it can lead to all sorts, like literally all sorts.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just another avenue for networking. We need to remember Scentsy give us these tools, those hostess rewards are not for us. Those hostess rewards, I know it's lovely getting free stuff, but those hostess rewards are not for us. They're to utilize in our business to dial into your customers' networks and their networks and their networks. The WhatsApp party that I'm having this week came from another WhatsApp party that I did about 3 months ago. And one of those people has then become a really good customer. She's ordered. I put my poll on my WhatsApp group the other day that I shared with you all, and she is from the other. She's like, oh well, yeah, I'll have one because I know what that is because she obviously came from that. She would be a really good consultant. She's on my list to ask obviously to join. But again, it's just another avenue for utilizing what Scentsy already give us. We need to be using the tools that Scentsy give us. Right, okay, guys. I won't keep you too much longer. I'm just literally looking. So we've obviously talked about the whiff pot. We've talked about your stickers. There is a flip catalogue for the new thing. So all these I will share in a post that's got all the links on there for everything. On your workstation. If you don't want to buy the catalogues, I would advise that you do. But if you don't want to buy them, you can go and print them directly from your workstation. If you go into your workstation, go along the tabs along the top, I can't remember what it is, but maybe under marketing. Must be under marketing. So if you go across to marketing and then click on marketing and it literally comes down and it says catalogs and print. Yeah, there it goes. So go along to marketing, catalogs and brochures, and then it was in there earlier because I literally was looking at it.
It's probably
Oh
not.
yeah, clear those there was. Yeah, there they are. So you've got
Where is that? There's loads of Canva stuff on here now. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
All
so
the brochure,
Scentsy now are
product
making
list.
lots of Canva as well.
yeah. So if you just want to print them yourselves, the catalogue, you can go into marketing, click on catalogues and brochures, and everything is in there that's already made for you from Scentsy for you to print. We've talked about the sticker sheet, we've talked about getting your bookings in. Um, I will also share a link. I've got a link here for a like it, love it sheet if you want to give that to your customers when you give out your borrow bag so they can tick which ones they like or they love. Um, and that's it really. We've got the autumn collection coming. And there's a
What I
brush.
will say on the Like It Love It is they are cute to put in your borrow bag for people to sort of tick off as the mark. If you haven't got any, don't ever let that be a reason your borrow bag doesn't go out. Mine regularly goes out without them in it.
Oh God, yeah.
Um,
Like
I just
I'll be
tell
honest.
people to write a list.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've put it on there because I've got it as a template. I don't use them.
My
Yeah,
customers take photos of the pots and then send them me the photo.
Yeah,
yeah.
me too.
That's
Better
what they
done
Yeah,
than
do.
perfect.
it
Better
is
done
a
than perfect.
resource. Excuse me. It is a resource. However, if you haven't got that in there, don't worry. Yeah, and literally, I think if there's any line like the girls have just said, better done than perfect. Honestly, you can't go wrong in this business if you're taking action. Take massive imperfect action. There is a woman in. She was with my previous company called Tiffany Her, and I still follow her, and I think she's amazing. And I always remember her saying she was like, "Passion on fire." Oh, what is it? It's like passion on fire. Basically, is better than all the knowledge on ice. You can have.
Mm.
You can. Oh, sorry, my dog's barking at Fox. Um, People when they join or when it comes up to a new season will be like, oh well, I can't do this because I haven't read this and I haven't seen this and I haven't learned about that. Any of you that spend any time with me and converse with me, right? I don't know everything about Scentsy. I don't know everything about everything all the time, and you don't need to. What you need to do is take the action. Everything that we've just talked about, you can do without having memorized every single new product or without having memorized every single new scent that's coming. You need to do the things and then you can work it out as you go. You're better to take the action and be passionate. And also, that means that you're a human being and that you're authentic. And if your customers ask you a question about something and you say, I'm really sorry, I don't know. Well, actually, don't say sorry. Just say, I don't know. I'll find out for you. You can do that at a party when you're there and they're smelling and falling in love with Scentsy, and then you can go find out. Don't feel like you have to know absolutely everything because then you'll never do anything, basically, is what I mean.
And sometimes that works really well at a party. I often say, "Oh, I'm not sure. Let's have a look." And then you're diving in with that person who's asked the question. Someone else
Yeah,
across the room's looking for the answer, and she's like, "Oh, I've found it here." And then I normally go, "Do you want to be a consultant?"
yeah,
You know more than
exactly. It's honestly, Dan always jokes that he literally says to me all the time, he says, I don't actually think you have like the overthinking gene in your brain. He said, like, you just go full throttle at everything. And then, I mean, 9 times out of 10 it works out. Sometimes it's backfired on me a little bit, but you can't knock a girl for trying. But what we're saying is don't wait for perfect because like if you wait for perfect, you'll be waiting forever. Take the action, get the bag out, get the bookings in, go and rock up with your and be your most passionate sense yourself and people will be attracted to your love for the products and you can work everything else out along as you go.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly that.
I don't think we need to add anything else, girls, do we?
No.
Thank you so much for being here. I will share the recording tomorrow. I'm just checking I had recorded it, flipping it. That'd have been the story. Don't have to be perfect. I haven't recorded it. It is recording. And just know that we are always all there to help you. But like we said at the beginning, the day that you take responsibility for your business and what you do in your business always shared with love, but the day that you take responsibility is when your business will change. The day you stop thinking, oh, well, I don't know that because that person hasn't showed me that, all right. It's all there for you. Go and like huge action in your business, and you will feel so accomplished when you achieve these things. And you're like, do you know what? I did that. I did that. These girls told me what to do, but then I went and did it.
I'll give you a little tip. When you find yourself doom scrolling on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, log into your workstation and doom scroll on there for a little bit. You'll learn something much better.
Yes. Yes. I love yeah. Right, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I'm actually going to pick up my son's friend now who's coming for a sleepover impromptu. I've just been told minutes ago.
Don't
Anyway.
you just love the holidays?
Do you know what I actually do? I love having him all home, and I'd rather have him sleeping over here than them wandering the streets. So,
We're off to the
um,
caravan tomorrow, and I'm well excited.
we'll have a wonderful
A
time.
caravan.
Right, guys, that's it really. That's transition. So, if you've got any questions about anything, we are always on the other end of a message. But let's just have an amazing rest of August. Let's not stop doing what we're doing. Let's keep, working on what we're doing. But yeah, let's have an amazing, amazing transition into and skyrocket all the way up to Christmas, and then you can like rock in the corner on Christmas Day. Right, thanks, guys. We will speak to you soon.
See you
See you
later.
later. Bye.